रवि नायर साहब, दो चीजें हैं। मैं एक प्रश्न नहीं पूछ रहा हूं, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग अ रेफरेंस, उसको बाद में करेंगे। आज टेलीग्राफ की लीड स्टोरी है। मैं अपने दर्शकों को बता दूं, रवि नायर साहब और परंजय गुहा ठाकुर साहब ने मिलकर फ्लाइंग लाइज जो रफाल स्टोरी है उसका पूरा मतलब पूरा डेट जिसको कहते हैं ना डॉकेट, क्या वो बुक क्या चार्जशीट है, और उसको जिसको थोड़ा ये अच्छा लगता है और अगर वो तह तक जानना चाहता है तो दे मस्ट रीड दैट बुक। आज ठाकुर साहब के ऊपर एक लीड स्टोरी टेलीग्राफ की है, मैं उस पर बाद में आऊंगा। बट बिफोर दैट, आज जो राहुल गांधी ने, मैं क्योंकि वो एक हो चुका और वी कैन नॉट इग्नोर दैट, जो उन्होंने पार्लियामेंट के फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस पे जो भाषण दिया उसपे बाकी बहुत सी चीजें बोली, बहुत अच्छा बोला, लेकिन एक तरह से वर्चुअली उन्होंने जो चार्जेस फ्रेम नहीं होते हैं, जैसे कोर्ट ऑफ लॉ में एक होता है, पहले एक होता है कि एफआईआर के बाद इन्वेस्टिगेशन, फिर चार्जेस फ्रेम होते हैं। तो आज ही वेंट टू मोरलेस, उन्होंने चार्जेस फ्रेम किए हैं और उसमें उन्होंने बात जो स्पेसिफिक बात कही है, उन्होंने मोदी जी और अडानी जी का नाम लेके कहा है। और उन्होंने जो 5 चार्जेस जो मेरी समझ में आ रहे हैं, आई नीड अ रिएक्शन फ्रॉम यू ऑन दिस। उन्होंने 5 बातें कही। उन्होंने कहा कि मोदी जी अडानी जी के साथ साथ विदेश में कहां कहां यात्राएं की, वी नीड दिस। उन्होंने कहा इसकी जांच हो। उन्होंने कहा मोदी जी जब किसी विदेश में गए उसके बाद कहां कहां अडानी जी ने ज्वाइन किया, इसकी जांच हो। उन्होंने कहा जब मोदी जी गए उसके तुरंत बाद जहां अडानी जी जिस देश में गए उसकी जांच हो। उन्होंने फिर कहा कि कौन से ऐसे देश हैं जहां मोदी जी गए और उसके बाद अडानी जी को प्रोजेक्ट मिला, उसकी जांच हो। और लास्ट उन्होंने कहा कि बीजेपी को कितना पैसा अडानी जी से मिला है, इसकी जांच हो। मोरलेस ही फ्रेम चार्जेस, और जहां पे उन्होंने मोदी और अडानी जी को बिल्कुल जो अभी तक लोग परसेप्शन हो कर रहे हैं, उन्होंने साफ साफ किया है। मैं आपसे थोड़ा इस पे समझना चाह रहा हूं कि ये जो चार्जेस हैं, क्या ये चार्जेस हैं, ये परसेप्शन है, या इट इज गोइंग टू स्टिक, या इसके सफिशिएंट प्रूफ है टू 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 शो दैट वहां पे इन दोनों लोगों की मिली भगत है।
See, I cannot say much on the foreign trips and foreign businesses other than Adani getting a couple of business links in Israel. Other than that, I cannot speak much. Yes, I can speak on Sri Lanka also and Bangladesh also. Okay, three examples I can give. In Bangladesh, Narendra Modi visited Bangladesh in 2015. That was his first official visit to Bangladesh. It was in June 2015. Then there was an announcement from there that because of the cooperation between India and Bangladesh, that country, two Indian companies signed MOU with the Bangladesh Power Development Board to set up 2 power plants in Bangladesh. This is confirmed. One was Reliance ADAG, Anil Ambani's Reliance Power. The second was Adani Power Limited. But few months later, mysteriously, Adani's that MOU changed. He signed a new MOU in August that year that Adani will construct a new coal-fired thermal power plant at a suitable place in India and export power to Bangladesh. Then, see why I'm saying this, it's not because of what Rahul Gandhi said. Because in an interview to a couple of TV channels, Mr. Adani himself said that Mr. Modi did not help, or BJP governments in different states did not help him because they framed policies, he utilized it. So I'm just trying to link this with that. In 2016, the Adani Power Limited wrote its subsidiary, Adani Power subsidiary, this is Adani Power Jharkhand Limited. I mean, we'll say Adani Power, it's easy to say. Wrote to Jharkhand government, then it was Raghubar Das led BJP government, that they need 2,000 acres land to set up this project. Few months later, the government wrote back to Adani saying that 917 acres could be acquired. They identified the land in Godda district of Jharkhand. I'm sorry. It was widely covered, reported, and documented that the government and the company, the then state government and the company itself, intimidated the local farmers, used brute force to get the land vacated. I mean, not only the farmers, farmers and tribals, and the cases went on. They even amended their state government's rules, and they paid pittance as compensation for this land acquisition. Right? So Adani got that project. 2017, Adani signed the power purchase agreement with Bangladesh government. 2019, few days before the election, announcement to the 2019 general election, government changed its own rule. Modi government changed its own rule and gave special economic zone status to that particular power project. So as you know, the special economic zone or SEZ have different set of tax laws. Basically, they don't have to pay any tax. No import duty, no custom duty, no service tax. I mean, you name them, there is no tax at all. And for the first 5 years, not even income tax. And for the next 5 years, that is 5th to 10th year, 6th to 10th year, they have to pay only 50% of the income tax. And after that, again, there are some rebates. So that means Adani will import coal from Australia, from his own mine. He'll transport it to Godda. He will pollute the place. He'll draw the water from Ganga, enough water from Ganga. It will affect the downstream flow. And he will produce the power, sell it to Bangladesh, earn billions of dollars. Sell power to Bangladesh for 25 years, and which can be extended further, and earn billions of dollars without paying a single penny as tax in India or in Bangladesh. That is one. Second, in 2021, there was a huge protest in Colombo, and the protest became so big that it started to affect the normal people's life. The protest was led by Sri Lanka, the Colombo Port Employees Union. Different unions put together, they have an umbrella body. They were protesting. So it was widely published on that time. For one of my stories, I interviewed the Sri Lankan Port Authority chairman, the then Port Authority chairman. His name was General Daya Ratnayake. And then the then Port Authority Minister, Shipping and Port Minister, Rohita Abhay Gunawardene. They've told me on record, it's recorded, it's told me on record that the Indian government put pressure on Sri Lanka to hand over the operations of a Western Container Terminal, of Colombo Port to Adani Group. Officially, there was a cabinet memorandum submitted in the parliament, and I accessed it. It clearly stated that the Indian government recommended and suggested the name of Adani Group for the development of that particular terminal. See, we have Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust, right? We have enough PSUs. Why Adani? Why the government suggesting the name of a private entity as India's representative? Now, the third one, again from Sri Lanka, that last year there were protests happened in Sri Lanka when this Rajapaksa government fell. Immediately after that, there were allegations that for a renewable power project, Indian government was pressurizing Sri Lanka to hand over the project to Adani. And in a parliamentary committee, the then Electricity Board chairman of Sri Lanka publicly told on recording, on video, that the Rajapaksa government, the seniors, Mr. Rajapaksa himself told him once that he is under severe pressure from India to hand over this project without doing any bidding to the Adani Group. Again, what is this group? Who is he? Why the government is promoting him? See, the links between Adani and Mr. Modi it's not new. When Modi walked out of the CIA meeting in 2002, and when Adani helped him to float a new industrial body in protest and in support of Modi, in protest of CIA and in support of Modi, the relationship started then. And immediately after that, when the Vibrant Gujarat Summit started, every year every summit Adani used to go and commit huge amounts of investment that he used to commit. So their relationship grew from there. And if you look at the 2012 CAG report, which the government was then Narendra Modi's led state administration of Gujarat was reluctant to table, which was leaked to the media by someone, it clearly stated how Narendra Modi led state administration favored certain private entities and especially the Adani Group and helped him to save hundreds of crores of rupees at the expense of the exchequer, the public money. And another report which came in 2014, tabled in the State Assembly in July 2014, again exposed some other favor done by the Gujarat government to the Adani Group. So see, this relationship, and this was not new. So on that time, Mr. Modi had some limitation because he was the chief minister of the state. So there was a limit how much he could help. So when Mr. Modi became the prime minister on that time, Mr. Adani's net worth was some $8 billion something.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So after that, when he became the prime minister, India is a huge country, right? There were a lot of opportunities. So of course, Mr. Modi helped his crony to grow. That's all in less than 9 years. In less than 9 years, his net worth peaked up to 140 billion. Excuse me?
No. Carry on.
Yeah. So I mean, in less than 9 years, his net worth peaked. It's such a magic that as Dinesh ji said, everyone should learn doing business from him. 8 billion to 140 billion in 8.5 years. This is something, some tremendous thing. I think Warren Buffett and all, he's rightly said, Dinesh ji rightly said that Warren Buffett and all should learn from Adani how to do the business. So, so of course, the links are not new. It was always there. It's almost 20 plus year old. So it's obvious. There's nothing to hide. And today I heard that in the parliament, when Rahul Gandhi was speaking, some opposition party members was asking for proof when he was speaking about the airports. Anybody can give that proof. I put it in the public domain in 2019. I accessed the minutes of meeting of PPPAC, the Public-Private Partnership Account Committee, and I released their minutes of meeting even before it was published in their website. I don't know whether it's there in the website right now. In that, it categorically stated by the Ministry of Finance that all the airports should not go to one entity, because if any financial instability happen to that particular group, it will severely affect the operation of the airports. That is one. Second, they questioned the criteria. What changed to fit in the Adani Group, because in this, they changed two criteria. One, there is no need of any previous experience in the management of airport or construction of airport or operation of airport. And second, they reduced the the limit, the financial limit which they were looking at that time. That's the base financial limit should be this much for the company for every airport. They changed it. They reduced it drastically to fit in the Adani group. So this is in public domain. If they say that to prove, it's very easy. They should. How they can refute it is the issue.
करेक्ट 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 रवि साहब आपसे, रविनायक साहब आपसे एक इसलिए पूछ लूं क्योंकि मेरे दर्शकों को भी वो समझ में आ जाए. आपने अपने पहले पिछले, हाँ, थैंक यू सो मच दिनेश जी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग, थैंक यू. रविनायक साहब, मैं आपने कई शोज में कई जगह चैनल पे आप एक बात और बोलते हैं. आपने कहा था कि ये जो 20,000 का एफपीओ जो विड्रॉ किया है उसकी वजह से अडानी जी को अपने डेट सर्विस करने की और अपने फ्यूचर कैपेक्स एक्सपेंसेस में प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. पर अभी जो ऐसा देखा गया कि कल जो उन्होंने प्री पे किया है, जो अक्टूबर शायद 2024 का पेमेंट था, उसको अभी उन्होंने कर दिया 9,000 करोड़. तो वो क्या ये सब एक किसी लार्जर पिक्चर को ठीक करने की कवायद है, या उनके पास इतना पैसा है कि इज नॉट बॉदर्ड, ठीक है ये पैसा ऐसे कर देंगे उसको ऐसे कर देंगे. थोड़ा इस पे करा दीजिए. डेट सर्विस, फ्यूचर कैपेक्स एक्सपेंशन आर गोइंग टू अफेक्टेड और नॉट?
People are actually not understanding that when it's said that 9,100 crore, 9,900 crores, so it's $1.1 billion prepaid in loans. These are actually not real asset-based loans. So ये क्यों प्रीपे किया, ये सोचना चाहिए. This is prepaid because when the loans were taken, the share value might have been different, right? So banks always ask for very suppose you are looking for 100 rupees and you are saying that I'll give you 500. My share value is this much, so this much share I can. You are muted, I can't hear you.
We call it LAP, loan against shares.
No, that is loan against property. That is loan against property.
No, it is called LAS. Sorry, loan against shares. It is a very common thing. Loan against securities. It is a very common thing. We also yes.
So here what happens is the share value has came down, right? In that case, the group will be forced to pledge more shares for the same loan. Because the share value is not the same. Because bank can ask, normally banks when shares are pledged, banks will ask for 2 times, 2.5 times, 3 times shares to be pledged, right? So if these loans are continued and if the fall in the share market goes like this, the promoter group will be forced to pledge more shares for the existing loans itself. That is one. Second, the banks will have an option then, okay, to call back the shares and they can sell it. So suppose any of the banker did it. Nationalized banks won't do because बाबू लोग बैठे हुए हैं, so उनको तो already instruction मिल गया होगा. But some private banker, if he decide to sell these shares, then what happens? Then the entire group, the respectability of the entire group, reputation of the entire group, जो हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, मिट्टी में लग जाए. So it will reach to that stage. Then it will be a free fall. So to avoid that, they did a smart move by paying this particular set of loans where they have pledged the shares. That is one. The second part of the question: how did they get the money? That's again a mystery. That will come out. That will come out in the next few months. But see, if they had money, if they had enough money, they wouldn't have floated the FPO. Why did they float the FPO? They floated the FPO for part debt repayment or refinancing of that. And second, for the capital expenditure of certain projects, right? A company floated an FPO for debt refinancing do you think that it's in a very sound position? Obviously not. Right. So this 9,000 crores might have organized from. See, I heard Mr. Dinesh ji was saying that I know that sanctioned amount was still there, but banks won't release these loans just like that in 24 hours. They need some time. Banks also need some time, right? So, and if you look at it, yesterday was Monday. He paid it yesterday. Before Saturday and Sunday, it was holiday. I'm sorry. So he might have organized from somewhere, or probably, of course, from his companies in Mauritius, or that's a probability. I don't know, and we cannot predict it now. But this game helped him to regain the market confidence today up to an extent. But for how long this is going to go, it's doubtful. That's doubtful. See, if you look at it, even after paying this doing the foreclosure of this 9,100 crore as loan, and Adani Transmission's results published yesterday, the company reported decent profit, right? Still, Adani Transmission shares fell today. So I mean, we cannot predict how this market is going to behave. And if someone sees that if someone foresee that this is the end of Adani Group's bad luck in the share market in this ongoing saga, no, this is not. We have to wait and watch further.